Hi, I'm Marta Benavides. It's time for Socialife. Top honors for a Valley superintendent. We hear what Dr. J. Gonzalez did to make big headlines across Texas and what is next for the district. Working to help bridge an educational gap across the Valley, a conversation with the executive director of Teach for America. Plus some more great holiday decorating ideas from our great friend Kay. More Socialife. We'll be right back right after this.
In McAllen ISD, students are engaged in viable and enriching lessons thanks to a seamless transition to distance learning. We have the tools and know-how to maintain your child's education at a high level of rigor. Register today. Call 687-6473.
Healthcare is being challenged. DHR Health is meeting that challenge by providing the highest standards of care and safety, caring for our patients, and caring for our community. We're bringing the vast resources of DHR Health's medical campus, its 740 doctors, 5,500 employees, and over 70 satellite clinics in a coordinated effort to fight the spread of the coronavirus in our area. Now more than ever, DHR Health, for you, for life.
Hello, Martha. You know, during these difficult times, the blessings of our Lord Jesus Christ are so important to us. At times we feel that He doesn't listen, but the reality is He's there every day. And each of us just need to realize that we are blessed with wonderful family, wonderful community, and wonderful friends. And we just need to pause in that real difficult day and just pause and say, Lord Jesus Christ, I trust in you. Lord Jesus Christ, I trust in you. And you know, the Lord's hands will be upon you, and it's going to be a wonderful day, Martha. So Martha, Lord Jesus Christ, I trust in you. That's what you need to repeat. That's our mantra for today. What do you think?
I believe the power of our faith has the ability to get us through anything. Thank you so much, Mr. Eddie Olivarez. Great leadership is also key. It is what guides us through the most challenging of times. And one driving force behind what's being called the District of Champions is the superintendent of McAllen ISD, Dr. J. Gonzalez. It is so wonderful to have our friend back on the show once again as our special guest, the newly named Texas Superintendent of the Year. That has to feel fantastic, my friend.
Thank you so much, and I'm so glad to be here with you. And yes, it's a tremendous honor for me and my family and for the district and our entire community.
Who do you dedicate this huge honor to? I mean, you were selected from 5 finalists earlier this month, putting McAllen on the map, Dr. Gonzalez, and the first one in this district to hold this great honor. Who do you dedicate this award to?
You know, as you were forming the question, it took me back to 1978 when I was 6 years old, and I'd watch my dad get ready for work. And, you know, Dad was in education for 38 years, and I knew at a very young age that I wanted to be just like him. So whenever I was just in this situation when I was selected as the Texas Superintendent of the Year, I couldn't help but, you know, dedicate it to my father, because he's my hero, and he's done a tremendous job. He's 91 years old now, still living independently with Mom, who's 85, and just so proud of that accomplishment. And so to my daddy, he's my man.
What did they say to you when they heard the news?
You know, Dad was just very proud, because he knows, you know, 25 years I've been in the field of education, and he knew my ultimate goal was to be a superintendent. So here I am completing my 4th year as superintendent of schools with McAllen ISD, and to earn this honor out of over 1,200 superintendents in the great state of Texas, and competing with the individuals I was competing with in the finals is just something that is a dream come true for me. Just to, you know, you want affirmation, you want to be rewarded for your work, but on a scale this large, it was extra special for me and my family, and my dad was just so proud of the fact that his youngest son was able to earn an honor like that.
Well, we congratulate you as a member of this district. I can tell you that I'm grateful to you, Dr. Gonzalez, to be able to lean on you in this new environment. You know, I know that you have been following data and guidances and collaborating with this beautiful team, this beautiful family that you've created here for the last 4 years, as you mentioned, with McAllen ISD. What's next moving forward? Because I know there's been some changes that you've had to navigate us through.
Well, first let me say that we have a tremendous team in McAllen ISD. And when I say team, I mean all 3,000 employees and all the parents and the staff in the community. We have an excellent board. And so it's a big team effort for us. We were scheduled to come back on October 19th, but based on the fact that we still had our numbers a little higher than we wanted, we applied for another waiver with the Texas Education Agency. And that took us through the week of November 9th. So we added 4 weeks to the initial waiver. So on the 9th, what we're going to do is we're going to allow transition grades to come in. So at the elementary, we're saying pre-K, K1 and 2. If parents choose to send their children to school, they can. 6th graders at the middle school and 9th graders at the high school. That's the week of November 9th. And then the following week on the 16th, that's when everybody else would be able to make a choice on whether to come to school, stay remote, or do a combination.
I'm glad you said choice, because that is a blessing. As a parent of 2 children, it's a blessing to have those options. Option 1 is to continue virtually. Option 2 is to do a few days out of the week or do a full week. Is that correct? And that's what's going to be happening hopefully on the 16th of November, you mentioned.
Yes, that is correct. Parents have a choice. And for me and my family, my wife and I have, as you know, a 1st grader, a 2nd grader, and a 3rd grader. And we've had a family meeting and talked about it, and our kids are going to be attending school. But I have other friends that are saying my child is going to be staying home, and I have others that are saying I'm going to do a combination 2 days out of the week. And the great thing is whatever works best for the family. They're all good choices.
I know that you take this very seriously. I mean, you obviously are a father, as you mentioned, of 3 school-aged children. So this is serious business for you. How do you plan to offer peace of mind to the many parents that make up this district on the extensive safety protocol that you've set into place? Just make sure everybody's feels good about allowing their babies, their children to go back into the classroom for that face-to-face instruction.
Well, you said it best. We know with all our heart that parents are sending their babies, their children to us, their life, their blood, their soul. So we take that very seriously, whether it's a pre-K student or a 12th grader, or whether parents are sending kids off to college, that's their baby. So we're taking measures with regard to the physical plant. We're using an antimicrobial agent called Gold Shield. It's a mist that we're spraying that has a life of 2 weeks that kills bacteria and viruses, to include COVID. We're also putting hand sanitizers in every classroom. We're creating pathways and hallways with arrows so that we can control traffic when kids are going from point A to point B. We're also creating plexiglass dividers at student desks. Every student that's in a seat will have a plexiglass divider, and the teacher will also have one that separates the teacher from the students. Those are some of the measures that we're taking at this point: cleaning buses before, during, and after school, and just making sure that we're doing all that we can to work as a team to keep our kids safe and to continue providing a world-class education for children. But ultimately, we're an A-rated district, but safety comes before any of that.
I think that's where that district of champions came from, huh? Everybody refers to this area and our district as a district of champions. That must feel pretty amazing.
It really does. And then when we say we're district of champions, we're not only talking about medals and trophies and things of that sort. We're talking about, I'm going to be a champion for you, and you're going to be a champion for me, and we're going to be champion for children. And I think that at the end of the day, if we all have a champion, then the probability of us being successful is greater.
Who was your champion? I know you mentioned your dad. Your dad. He was the one person that influenced you, that has obviously led to you becoming this great leader in this district.
100%.
That's so beautiful, and we appreciate that you keep paying it forward. I know everybody is hoping to return to that time where we can just feel comfortable about sending our children back to school, but ultimately, what do you think it's going to take? What for you has been the biggest challenge during this health crisis? How do we find our way back there, Dr. Gonzalez?
I think number one is just to synergize as a community and come together and understand that when I'm down, you're going to need to pick me up. And when you're down, I'm going to need to pick you up. And if we all do that and lean on one another with hope and with love and making sure that we're patient with one another. And I always tell people that, you know, in situations like this, you're going to make decisions that are correct. And then you're going to make some decisions that are incorrect. So if you look at a T-chart and you look at things that I did right, and on the other side of the T-chart, things that I did wrong, we just want to make sure that the things that we did right is a lot longer list. And I believe that in our district, we've done a lot of things right, and we've learned where we've had to, but this isn't, there's not a recipe for this, or there's not another district that can say, hey, when we were dealing with a world pandemic, this is the way we did our contact tracing, or this is the way that we provided instruction virtually for over 21,000 kids, or this is the way that we communicated with parents. This is all a blank canvas and uncharted waters. So I'm very proud of our team. And, you know, fast forward 20 years down the road, if anybody deals with this again, they will most definitely be able to look at our game plan and learn from it. So we're proud of how we've been able to maneuver through these very complex times. But it's a big team effort, from our board of trustees to our employees, to our wonderful parents, and especially our hardworking students.
And how we come out of this is really what truly matters. I know that you have a beautiful team with the district family. Is there anything that you would like to say to the members of the McAllen Independent School District?
Really, it's just, I've been part of this team for 23 years, and it's been a joy. It's been an honor to work side by side with so many wonderful people. And at this point, it's just about maintaining a positive attitude and making sure that we continue to work together hand in hand, because there's a lot of children counting on us as adults to work through this and to work together. So I'm confident that we'll come out of this stronger than we came into it. And if there's any team that can get through it, it's McAllen ISD.
To keeping that light on, Dr. Gonzalez, we share your joy. And we are just so grateful to have you at the top. Congratulations on being named Texas Superintendent of the Year, my friend. Salud.
Thank you very much.
And coming up, we continue on the subject of education with our friends from Teach for America. Don't go away.
You've waited long enough. Now let us wait on you at the Santa Fe Steakhouse and Cantina. Experience an enchanting escape where our creative chefs, attentive staff, 600 wine selection, delicious cocktails, and live music, award-winning steak and seafood are all designed for a very special guest. You. Claim your steak at the Santa Fe Steakhouse and Cantina in McAllen.
Heroes work here. Heroes dedicated to our patients, our community, our future. We've always been here when you needed us most. We're here for you now. Safe, trusted, ready. South Texas Health System. Your system, your care.
Making sure everyone has an opportunity to be successful in life. That is the driving force behind the men and women who make up a network known across the country as Teach for America. Today, we want to welcome our next guest, Ms. Ana Gonzalez. She is the Executive Director for Teach for America here in the Rio Grande Valley. And it is such a pleasure to have you on the show, Ms. Gonzalez. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Marta, for having us here today. We're really excited to share a little bit more about what we're doing in the Rio Grande Valley.
And we're excited to talk about it, Ms. Gonzalez. You know, I even considered at one point in my life as a career choice. I was familiar with Teach for America, and even though I felt I was somewhat familiar, I think there are many people who don't quite understand the impact that you have had all these years here at home.
Well, thank you. I know that we have incredible leaders in the Rio Grande Valley, Marta, and you have certainly been a part of that legacy that we are building. And Teach for America has been very proud to do this work alongside so many leaders in the RGV. We've been a strong nonprofit presence in the RGV now for 30 years, and we're really centered on being a leadership development organization. And we look all over our country, as you mentioned, our state and the region, to find and develop and really support the most diverse and talented leaders so that they're helping to transform educational experiences for our kids, starting in the classroom. We're really focused on ensuring that all our students are on a trajectory to reach key academic milestones. And you and I both know that when kids accomplish that, they're going to be on a life-changing trajectory, a life that includes economic mobility and a future filled with possibilities. And we get to work with great districts across the RGV to accomplish our vision for educational equity. And we want to make sure we're doing that for all students across the Rio Grande Valley.
You know, it's hard to believe 30 years, 3 decades, that's a long time serving this community. We live in a very unique region, Ms. Gonzalez, and with our close proximity to the border. What, in your opinion, is the greatest need, and how do we fill that need here locally?
I mean, there's so many things to think about, Marta. And first of all, I think it's really important just to acknowledge and recognize all of the great things that our educators are already doing. We at Teach for America, and I know in this region, have so much appreciation for the hard work that both the heart and the head are involved in what we're doing for our RGV teachers, that our RGV teachers and educators are doing every single day for kids. And we just have such a heartfelt appreciation for their leadership. And I think it's also important to draw attention to the ways in which we ask our schools and our school systems to do so much, really to offer resources that include food security, technology devices now for every single child during this pandemic, and all of the hard work that goes into the social and emotional development of our kids. And we're asking our school systems to include on top of that so many health and social services. Our educators really are leading so courageously. It's an opportunity and an obligation for us all to reimagine education in order to reach all of our students, specifically with access for a different way of learning, whether it continues to be virtual and digital learning as we're experiencing right now, or that we're creating adaptive face-to-face instruction, or including more access to social emotional well-being, not only during this pandemic, but beyond COVID-19 and into the 21st century. I really think that it's important to recognize that the approaches that we take in education and within our systems don't always work for every student. And in the RGV, we're working very diligently with our district partners to ensure that we're innovating. And this awareness is really providing an opportunity to envision a stronger future for our kids, one really that is rooted in principles of equity. We've been agile, we've been adaptive during this pandemic, and we owe it to our students and our educators on the front lines to be better and to do better. And really, Marta, it's going to take all of us working together towards a common purpose and shared values. This is what gives me the most hope for our future, and I think encompasses many of the needs that we are experiencing in the Rio Grande Valley.
We are so thankful for your leadership. I know that you're getting ready to host a virtual panel next month. I believe it's November the 10th, where you're gathering some beautiful minds with caring hearts. Can you tell us a little bit more about this virtual panel that you're going to be hosting?
Absolutely. As I've been sharing with you, our leaders in the RGV have always been change agents, and we will continue doing great things for kids together. We have not shied away from having any critical conversations and working together to get things done. And we're very happy to be hosting a community panel about how we can continue innovating and being resilient as an RGV community. And we want to invite everyone to get involved. It's November the 10th. Tickets are only $20, and now that we live in a virtual world, we can connect so easily, and we encourage everyone to participate.
That's wonderful. How can we continue supporting Teach for America and the beautiful work that you all do, Ms. Gonzalez?
Well, aside from joining our panel, we also know that Socialife has been a dynamic supporter of our annual honor roll event, and we're looking for volunteers for the newly reimagined 2021 version. And you can learn more by following us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Teach4America RGV. And really just stay connected to us and ask questions. We're ready and eager to serve our community, and we know that together we'll continue accomplishing great things.
Most definitely. We appreciate your caring heart, and we're thankful for your leadership, Ms. Gonzalez, and for your time today. We really hope that people will support Teach for America here across the Rio Grande Valley. Thank you again for your time, and we look forward to having many more conversations with you in the near future. The best of luck to you and everyone.
Thank you, Martha.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. And I just want to end our time together with a special shout out to Dr. J.A. Gonzalez, our McAllen ISD Superintendent, for being recognized with the Distinguished Texas Superintendent of the Year Award. The Valley is going to continue being a beacon of hope for the future because we're stronger together. Gracias, Marta.
Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. You're right. Great leadership is something that we're very proud of here in the Valley, and we're very blessed. We're very blessed to have you as well as a great leader. Thank you very much, Ms. Gonzalez.
Thank you so much.
When we come back, we are going to check in with Ms. Kay because she has some great ideas for fall decor. Don't go away.
Need help after COVID-19? Get support and answers on financial assistance, utility hardship assistance, state and federal funding, workplace safety planning, and more. Free for Pharr residents and business owners only. Call 402-4311 to set up your appointment today.
So good to be with you again on this beautiful fall day in South Texas. I'm here to tell you a little bit about your table setting for the holidays. This actually could be used all the way up until Christmas, till you get ready for the Christmas table. This is a new runner from Mackenzie Childs, and it's from the Paradise Collection, and isn't it a beautiful combination of colors? We have a hammered copper centerpiece here and a simple garland of flowers and pumpkins for our table setting. We have a beautiful little bird from France, a little quail, and we have a beautiful table setting from Juliska that is called Forest Walk, and it's just lovely fall colors. We have beautiful napkins and a pretty little napkin ring, and these beautiful pumpkins from Hot Squash to honor your table. Thank you for having us. It's been so much fun. Come shop at OK's. We love helping you.
Okay, you always make everything look so beautiful. Thank you so much. And to all of our special guests today, especially you, for joining the conversation. We leave you now with the art of socialifing.